All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday and a great week of tastings in the store this week. Anytime we see our friends from Artadi Winery, my favorite wineries from Rioja, we're always happy to see them. And the El Pison, definitely one of the greatest Spanish wines I have ever drank, the 1994 and 95 vintages. We just showed that at our vintage Spanish tasting. It was absolutely fantastic. And these guys also have a winery in Navarro, the Artazuri property. And I've been saying this for a long time. It is hard to beat the value that you get from Spanish wine. The first wine we had was with Garnacha Rosé and 2012 vintage. This is a Saunier style rosé. This wine's got nice richness and a really distinct earthy quality to it on the nose. Wild strawberry, cranberry fruit, some fresh floral notes here. Good amount of that red berry fruit, strawberry Jolly Rancher candy showing, and a really distinct earthy aroma there also showing through the finish with those perfumed floral notes. Nice intensity here. Not for the Provence style rosé drinkers. You have to like something a little heartier than that. Very good for $12.50. The Garnacha up next, and this is 100% varietal, also all stainless. And Screw Cap, which we love to see with inexpensive wines like this, $13.50, all biodynamically farmed vineyards. Wow, good amount of that fresh berry pie fruit, pretty floral notes, really ripe and appealing on the nose, and really light fruity wine on the palate, smooth soft tannins, a really refreshing style of red, those pretty floral notes and that light spice coming through on the finish. Incredible value. Biodynamically farmed vineyards, $13.50. A real crowd pleaser. The Artadi wine's up next, and this is a new one for me, the Tempranillo from Rioja Alavesa, like all the wines are from, all the state grown, and this is a new wine. It's made from the younger vines that are, I guess, are a result of replanting here because they didn't develop any new sites, but supposedly they're 10 to 15 years old. The 2011 vintage here, a good amount of that wild strawberry jam-like fruit, pretty floral notes, and a hint of raw steak in there and some peppery spice. A big and fruity wine on the tongue with ripe and round tannins. A really nice entry-level Rioja here with a nice hand of spice. And, you know, these guys don't use the terms that everybody else, the old school did in Rioja, Crianza, Reserva, Gran Reserva. Rather, they focused on, you know, this is the Vinas de Gain, which basically means hillside vineyards, and they make this from 20 to 30-year-old vines, 10 different vineyard sites. This was a style they wanted to create of a wine. You know, they're going to keep it in oak for as long as we feel like it needs to be in oak. We're not going to have to bottle it today just because that's what the DOC says we've got to do. So this is really progressive and forward thinking, and you know, a lot of people in Rioja today are like that. These guys are not the only ones, but this wine's got a really nice array of a rich fruit here on the nose. The 2010 vintage showing its pedigree here. A great vintage in Rioja. Fresh floral notes, red berry fruit, a hint of that raw steak, some Asian spices. Really nice complexity in this wine for an entry-level wine, $24. Very good structure on the palate as well. A full, firm hand of tannins and acidity. And like I said, this vintage has got excellent potential for aging in your cellar. Quite fresh at the end and an excellent little value, $24. Oof. All right, up next, the Pagos Viejos, and $99. You got a big skip there from that wine, $24 to $99. Anyways, a blend of older vineyards, 40 to 60 years old, from 5 different vineyard sites, and a big step up, though, here in aromatics. Really well-endowed bouquet of wild strawberry jam-like fruit, a host of exotic spices, flowers, earth-like aromas, soy, espresso. Really more and more in that bouquet coming out as the wine opens up, even bigger on the second day. All these 2010s, that's a sign these wines are going to age really well. A big and chewy wine on the tongue, an array of spice, earth, floral notes, and layers of everything on the finish in perfect proportion. This wine's going to be excellent with another decade in the cellar or more. Another outstanding effort from Artadi. Wow, most excellent. Then the El Pison. The old vineyard here, planted by Juan Carlos Lopez de la Calle's grandfather, 2.3 acres in 1945. Only 300 cases of this wine for the world. I've got bottles set aside from both of my kids' birth year of this wine, 2003 and 2004. This wine has got incredible intensity on the nose. A bouquet of dark cherries, wild strawberry jam-like fruit. Really lovely complement of fresh earth, soy, espresso spice, dark chocolate. Lovely richness coming out in this bouquet. And wow, big on the palate, chewy, lots of ripe, delicious fruit, firm tannins, and a firm hand of acidity. This wine needs some time, but it has all the right stuff and in proportion. One of the iconic wines of Rioja, the El Pison. Killer juice this 2010. Run out crawl, do whatever you have to do, rob a bank at $322 a bottle, but you shouldn't leave this earth if you like Rioja without trying the El Pison. All right, I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.